Welcome to Whiskey Conversations. I'm Daniel Whittington, and today I've got Richard Amiro. Now, the first time now you're working with Iron Root. You got your own YouTube series, Whiskey Provisioner.
Yeah.
And but I'm gonna pour you a whiskey. That was your request. Ooh, my sign fell over. Whether I'm right or wrong, I'm still the captain. Balvenie 14. I'm gonna ask you about why you chose this in a second. But we met when Emma and I were hiring our first bartenders for Crowded Barrel tasting room at Whiskey Distillery. Cheers to you, sir. So we've known each other since 2018.
Cheers.
That's been, that's so good. Mm-hmm. What is that, seven years?
Mm-hmm.
7 years we've known each other.
Yeah.
So you started as the bar, what was it? So you have a bad history in restaurant management and bar management and hospitality. And then you were like, you know what, I think I'm gonna go bartend this weird tasting room. What was your first encounter of this campus?
The funny thing is you get to a certain point in your career where it's like, maybe I should find something different to do, and I've always wanted to do something weird and unusual. Like there are a lot of restaurants and bars that are out there that are doing eclectic things.
Yeah.
And I somehow got what I was looking for because I ended up at a Wizard Academy with a distillery and a YouTube channel. Yeah. And it's really strange. Like people would ask me when I walked into the tasting room, it's like, what is this?
You're like, I don't know, man.
And honestly, my answer was to get them to ask more questions.
Yes.
And you were asking about the whiskey. I'll get to that in a second. But to ask more questions, my answer was, it's a YouTube channel. And people are going, I saw a wedding event thing on the way up here. I saw, wait a second. Yeah. And it actually made people stop and have a conversation.
Oh, I love that.
And so that was the best part of working here, was subverting expectations, creating new connections through that subversion. Like people would have, and this is something that you do here at the Wizard Academy, teach people how to do what intuitive people do automatically, but actually figuring out formulas and ways of finding words for that.
Yeah, and having to do it every day, all the time as people walk in. Why did you choose Balvenie 14?
So this is meeting people where they're at. The very first time that I ever went to the old whiskey vaults, you and Emma, there were a couple other people there, but I was still fairly new to whiskey and getting deeper into whiskey. I knew all the national brands from working in bars and restaurants, and I'd sort of dismissed them.
Right.
You know, it's like, why is this here? It's just to get drunk or to mix with soda, and it wasn't really important. So when I ended up going into the whiskey vault, it's like, I want to know why other people are enjoying what they're enjoying. And the greatest thing was when I asked Emma to pick a whiskey for me from the shelf, she says, you're a rum guy. I think this might be one of those things to bridge that conversation.
Oh, Emma, well done. Of course you did. And it was.
Yes, it certainly was. And this is one of my first introductions. The same thing when I'm meeting people now, I'm trying to do the same thing. I'm trying to create a comfortable conversation place first.
Yeah.
It's like, what brings you in today?
What door did you walk in through?
Yeah. You know, what are you looking for? Can I help you find what you're looking for? Maybe I've got what you're looking for.
I love that.
Yeah.
What we ended up, so even by the time we hired you, it was you and Madison and
Victoria was already working on.
Yeah, she had just started at the same time. That was before I think we realized what a community focal point that deck at the Fang and Feather was gonna become.
Yeah.
What point did you go, holy shit, this is a special gathering place?
Honestly,
instead of just a bar.
The way the tasting room was set up, it was set up more as an open concept.
Right.
Right now, between us, there's a barrier, and this is you're in charge, and you know it's hard to invite other people in when there's a barrier between people. So even when you're tending bar, you've got this layer of expert
Right.
and consumer.
Right.
And how do you bridge that gap? And creating those open spaces and allowing people in, and you stepping up
giving tour.
onto the deck and screeching people in, essentially.
Yeah, that's exactly what I stole that. We used to do this thing called bastarding people in, where we would ring a bell and then we would say, "Who's new?" And they would say me, and they'd say, "What's your name?" They'd say, "Jonathan." And we would the whole crowd would shout, "Jonathan, you magnificent bastard." And then we'd go around until every single new person, and we called it the bastarding ceremony. And I stole it Richard was one of the only people that ever picked up on this, because he's from Nova Scotia and that area. And we got getting screeched in.
Yeah.
It's not Nova Scotia that does that, but
it's Newfoundland.
It's Newfoundland, but yeah.
But
still,
it's incredible the international community that comes here, and the different viewpoints. I got to the point where after 30 years of working in bars and restaurants, teaching people how to make cocktails and how to follow recipes and wines and beers, the whole 9 yards, I was intimidated by the clientele coming here.
Yeah, because they knew so much stuff.
There was a deep dive. It's like you would sit there and they would name off all of the distilleries in Isla, trying to remember the one distillery. It's like, is this a test?
Yeah, I didn't know there was a test.
And then to find out they were thinking of a Campbelltown.
Come on. And now you know those things.
Yeah, exactly. So to the point where I got a part-time job at a local liquor store just to learn more, and not just what whiskey geeks were looking for, but what the average consumer
what are normies? What are normies drinking? So now, post Crowded Barrel, you're now working with Iron Root and kicking ass and taking names, from what I've heard. So what is your current story?
Brand ambassador, Central Texas region, and my job is to find opportunities for conversation.
Yeah.
And I'm saying it that way on purpose because what people think sales is not what sales actually is. It's finding places to talk about what you're passionate about and allow other people to talk about what they're passionate about and find out how that aligns. So if I'm walking into a restaurant or a bar and I'm looking behind the bar, are they featuring or focusing on Texas spirits?
Right.
We might be able to have a conversation.
Right.
If you're focusing or featuring grain to glass or you're looking at farm to table.
Yeah. Oh, hey, we can really have a conversation with Iron Root.
We can have a conversation with Iron Root. So
if you're doing Jello shots, maybe you just turn around and leave.
Right. And the funny thing with what I've seen is there are different people doing different things, and the place that you thought this wouldn't be a match, you find out there are passionate people working there that just love the story of who you are, what you're doing, what you're trying to accomplish, and they want to share in that journey.
I love that.
Smaller restaurants that I've gone into where it's like half a dozen visits, and it's like, oh, this is going nowhere. I should just give up and go somewhere else. They keep saying that they like what we're doing, they want what, but they still haven't brought the product in. And then, they brought the product in. Nobody knows what it is. So maybe I need to teach their employees
Yes, it's a journey.
So yeah, that's what I'm saying is having that conversation. This is all about conversations and growing community.
Yeah.
More than anything else.
And I love that you're still, so the model that Iron Root is doing right now, which is that the sales leads and the sales in charge of sales, but each of you is in charge of a group of tasters who you are sort of shepherding.
Right.
And I love this model so much because as soon as I found out you weren't just like going out being sales guy, but that you were sort of like shepherding your little ducklings down the tasting path, I was like, oh, that's the Richard I remember.
Right.
Who you treated everybody at the Fang and Feather and everybody when you became manager and ran the show there, like it was all of your little, you just took care of everybody. And I was glad to see that you're still doing that.
It's fantastic because we've got a really good group of people. They've fallen in love with the product and the family, which is fantastic. And they're bringing that passion to every conversation that they're having. Just this past weekend, I actually got an email about one of my tasters from a customer at a liquor store saying how engaging this person was.
Oh, come on.
So
I love it.
Just little things like that, and it's just one customer at a time. It's the way you build any business.
Well, I'm glad that we still get to hang out together.
Yeah, cheers.
Thanks for coming and having a conversation.
Yeah, this is fun.
Yeah, and thank you. We're really glad you're here. Cheers. Just a reminder, Dry Week is coming up November 14th through the 21st. It starts Friday 14th at noon, ends Friday 21st at noon. Dry Week is for us to check in, take a break from alcohol for a week, make sure we're all good, reset palates, just take a breather, and a little minor self reassessment. This is something you always want to be careful with, alcohol consumption. And so it's good to be conscious and do it purposefully and not as a background activity. The schedule for Dry Week is always weird. It always interferes. It's never the right time. This time it's the week before Thanksgiving for all the American humans. And that's fine, at least Thanksgiving, not Dry Week. But it is voluntary and you can switch the schedule. I am not going to be doing it on the same dates that you are because I have Whiskey Level 1 during that time, the week before Thanksgiving. So I can't. So I'm having to move my Dry Week up to actually next week. And so I will have already done it by the time you see these videos. But it's voluntary. We will not be releasing episodes during that week. And we will see you again on, what is it, 21, 22, 23, 24, on the 25th, I guess, the week of Thanksgiving. Cheers. If you like shirts like Richard's as opposed to shirts like this, because you're bored with the permanent V-neck, and you want to see more conversations with people who actually dress in real clothes, then like and subscribe.